Hi guys, it's Alexa and I'm back with a vlog for January. Woo! Since it's part of my 2015 resolutions to film more vlogs, I thought I would start with this one. Yay! So together with my friends Danielle from Love at First Page, Judith from Paper Riot, and Nicole from The Quiet Concert, we decided that we wanted to do the Taylor Swift book tag. I think someone else tagged me on this before and I don't remember who, so I'm sorry if I forget, but you can totally yell at me on Twitter if you were the one who said it. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. And for me, it was a really quick choice. It was the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth. It's not that I didn't enjoy these books. I did when I was reading them. And I think Divergent will still be one of my favorite books, which is why I still have it here. But I kind of have to break up with the rest of the trilogy because I just don't feel as passionately about them as I used to. But loving him was red. So I chose Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. This was the first Jojo Moyes book I ever read, and I believe it was Cassie and Rachel. Her blog is called The Casserole. And Rachel from Hello Charlie, they were the ones who recommended this book to me, and I'm so glad I read it because it was so good. There's just something about her writing that is, it draws you in so well with these characters and the setting and the story. And I had the best day with you today. That's an easy pick too, and it's fitting because this book really makes me think of Taylor Swift. It's Open Road Summer by Emery Lord, which was one of my favorite debuts in 2014. It's about a girl named Reagan who goes on tour with her best friend Lila, or as she knows her, Dee. Lila is sort of like a country Taylor Swift type superstar, so there's that. I just love it because it's about friendship and it's about learning to accept who you are and move on from your past, and also there's a really cute romance. So if you have not yet read Open Road Summer, I highly recommend it. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. I picked Incarnate by Jodi Meadows. It's not so much that these two can't be in love, well, no. It's just that it's frowned upon because they're so different. If you don't know the story of Incarnate, Anna is a new soul among all these other souls that have been reincarnated over and over again over their lifetimes. And there's this boy who is one of the souls that gets reincarnated, and something develops. I will tell you that the boy in this book, Sam, is one of my all-time top book boyfriends. If you haven't read the Incarnate series, well, they call it the New Soul series, but I keep calling it the Incarnate series. If you haven't read it yet, you really should. It's so good. It's one of those series that will entertain you but at the same time make you think, so it's really great. So highly recommend this. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. I love The Darkling from the Grisha trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. He's such an interesting character. I don't ship him necessarily with Lena. I love him, like I was fascinated by him, and I really love Ruin and Rising. I know a lot of people didn't, but I did love it. You're still an innocent. Now, I could have potentially have gotten spoiled for Allegiant, but I didn't. And I can't think of any book that I ever got spoiled for, like ending-wise, so I'm just gonna skip this. Everything has changed. And I had to pick Elisa from The Girl of Fire and Thorns. I think that from beginning to end, she becomes such a different person. She becomes stronger and smarter and a little wiser about who she is, and, you know, more knowledgeable about what she's capable of, and I love that. If you guys have not read the series, another one I would highly recommend, especially for fantasy fans. P.S. There's also a wonderful guy in this book, just saying. You belong with me. I had to pick one that I hadn't read yet because I've already read A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas, which is one that I was dying for, and The Orphan Queen by Jodi Meadows, which was another one that I was dying for. So there are actually two that I would pick, which I feel is fair since I only skipped over the innocent category. I would choose Truth Witch by Susan Dennard because I love Susan and her books. I loved her Something Strange and Deadly series, and I can't wait to see what this one is about. And then I am so excited for Throne of Glass 4, aka Queen of Shadows. Seriously though, based on that title, I'm pretty sure we're all going to die of feels when we read it. Can't wait till it comes out. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to like have it on release day and to read it and to just die over it with every fellow Throne of Glass fangirl and fan guy I know. Forever and always. Okay, I agonize over this one because I have a lot of OTPs when it comes to my books. If I showed you all my favorite shelf, which I will at some point if you guys want to see, I could like literally name the OTP from every single one of my favorites. But I had to pick one that stayed with me from when I was a child, and that would be Laura, Ingalls Wilder, and Almanzo because they're just so cute. Come back, be here. Just One Day, oh, can you see it? Just One Day by Gail Forman. I absolutely adored this book. This is one of my all-time favorite books. I reread it a couple of times and I still love it so. I actually did lend it out once to one of my good friends, and only because I trust her to take care of my books. But it was like agony because every time I thought about it, I just wanted it back in my hands. So yeah, this is probably the one I'd be like, I want you back now. Teardrops on my guitar. Easy. Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. I cried buckets while I was reading this book. Made me miss my dad, made me want to hug him. I just think that Morgan Matson managed to write this story that was so emotionally raw and so real, and I loved it so much. I actually haven't reread it since then because I'm terrified of like dying of feels. But I will at some point because I love Morgan and I love her books and I love this one. Shake it up, shake it up. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Now, if you're part of the blogging community, you would probably know that there's a huge group of fangirls. And even in real life, I know people who are readers who just love this series. But I also know there's a group of people who are not, like they don't hate it, but they're not overly fond of it either. I can totally see how valid their points are, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't really care because I love it too much to care, and I will love it forever and ever. I will follow Selena Sardouthian to whatever end. Oh, I just love this so much. Yeah, you guys already know that because I talk about this series obsessively. But I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling because it's freaking J.K. Rowling. Let me show you guys. Yeah. This is your proof that I have met J.K. Rowling in person, and even though it was for The Casual Vacancy, I was there along with like a bunch of other people, and we were all like fangirling over Harry Potter, which I thought was crazy fun. Welcome to New York. It's The Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood by Rebecca Wells. I read this book way before blogging and I loved it then, and I plan to reread it soon. I reread it a lot back then. I just really like the southern setting in this book. Like, I'm just thinking about it now and I just think it's so delightful. Like, I've always been fascinated by the southern United States, and I think that this book does capture the essence of it. I wouldn't know though because I'm not from the South, but I really enjoyed it. Today was a fairy tale. I do love the Lunar Chronicles. I love Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress, but to me, like, they're so far removed from their fairy tale that I don't really like associate them as a retelling. But this book, Daughter of the Forest by Juliet Marillier, is an amazing retelling. It has the same sort of like fairy tale feel to it. It's just gorgeously written. It's very dense in terms of prose, but oh my goodness, it is so worth every single page. Alyssa from Books Will Take You Places actually gifted it to me 2 years ago, and I only read it last year because of an event that Hannah of So Obsessed and I did, and Hannah and I both ended up really obsessed with this. Hannah's already finished the entire Seven Water series, and I'm going to catch up because the last book that I was waiting for came in. So yes, this is my favorite retelling. I hope you enjoyed that vlog. It was really fun to do because I love Taylor Swift and I love books, and to put them together is perfect. So if you guys feel like participating, ooh, I just realized I wanted to tag people on this. So I will tag Cassie from the blog formerly known as Books with Cass and now known as The Casserole, Hannah from So Obsessed, and Jamie from the Perpetual Page Turner to do this tag because I think they would have fun doing it. Alright, but if you want to participate in the tag, please consider yourself tagged by me and then link it to me on Twitter so that I can see your posts. Alright guys, thanks for watching, bye!